Prime Minister Terry Roberts, CBC. In all my travels this weekend, I spoke to a lot of people. No one talked about tariffs. No one talked about retraining. All I heard this weekend was the passing of Ken Dryden. A lot of Montreal Canadian fans in this province. And I'd like for you to comment, a human moment here. Tell us what your thoughts on the passing of a legend.
Well, you know, the first thing, I mean, it was tough. You know, sometimes people who you don't know, and look, I met Ken Dryden very briefly once, so I felt I know Ken Dryden from his public accomplishments. I know Ken Dryden from reading the game a couple times. I know Ken Dryden from his public service. And I know Ken Dryden from a lot of people I know who really knew Ken Dryden. And so when someone like that passes, it's a blow. At the same time, you think back on their contributions. I mean, 6-time Stanley Cup winner, 5-time Vezina Trophy winner. Someone, as I said, one of the things that struck me when he passed was, you know, when he stepped out, and I remember as a young kid at the time, and he was my favorite goalie. He was my model. I didn't have his height, didn't have his ability, obviously, but when he stepped out from the Habs to go back to law school, to article, effectively, you know, it kind of tells you a different thing about balance in life. Hockey's not everything, even if you're one of the best players in the world, certainly the best goalie in the world at the time. And then his subsequent life, life as a public servant and someone who cared passionately about early childhood education, social factors, and, you know, what came to mind. And I remember he used to talk about Big Canada, and Ken Dryden, he was Big Canada. He was in many respects, you know, bigger than us in his hockey, in his career. But he was Big Canada, and he was best Canada. He was best of Canada. So, you know, a tough loss, but let's draw on what he taught us as Canadians. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. This puts an end to our press conference. C'est ce qui m'a fait notre conférence de presse. Merci.